There, one there. One. Whoa, here. What are you trying to do, Mom? Okay.
What is it, your mom?
He's flirting with Siri.
Uh-oh.
I
Don't let us stop you.
It's hot down
Are you
here.
recording yet?
It's hotter down here.
Is it?
I think
Oh,
I'm burning
well,
up.
no, I
Please, Lucky Strikes.
Well, I'm going to put the machine right here on my floor tom where it's nice and hidden.
Oh, okay.
And
Let me get this link for Mike. I'm gonna send it to Beth because you don't have Facebook.
I'm shut down. My phone's off.
You can send it to me too.
Never mind, I copied it.
You gotta talk.
I'm gonna send it to your. I'm gonna send it to your messenger, Mike.
Me too.
Okay.
Send it to mine too.
Mike don't have Messenger.
No, I don't have.
Lovely words.
I'm talking about your
Text,
regular
yeah,
messenger, the
regular,
one
yeah.
that I text.
Okay.
If you can, please send me one too.
What tongue? It's made of paper.
Meadow Stream Radio. Meadow Stream Radio.
That's radio station I call them. Okay.
Oh, okay. This
Keep
they
it
said
waiting.
this is buffer. Oh, they said hi. Okay.
Ah,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Did you send me it?
All right. So we are with. Oh,
that's all right.
there you go.
It's good. We can carry on without the soldier.
Give us a minute. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
It might not be a bad idea, but anyone else has to go. Go now or forever hold your
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah. Your peace. Hold your peace.
Your peace.
Please. We're not. He's paused that or something.
Yeah.
Sure, that's what it is.
Sure. No, we're not live anymore. It's not.
Yeah, you're good.
It's not going. Sure.
Yep, it's right there.
Oh, right on. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I went.
Of course it is.
Yes, we are. Excuse me.
The live unedited version.
That's the best kind. It's where all the bloopers happen.
Yeah.
On the bright side, Mike didn't drive the skunky beer this time around.
Oh, that's a shame.
It would make for good television. It did the first time.
Yeah.
So wait till you have
Oh, he's live. He's live. It's live.
That's it.
Is there anybody out there?
It's alive.
You're all good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. If you want me to move this closer.
Or John will have
He
to
needs to
Bogart
plug
that
in
so
the thing
much.
so we can.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say?
It might need to plug in there so we can turn that fan on and get it.
I said, or you don't have to
Are
Bogart
you
the fan as
roasting
much.
children or something?
I'm starting to.
What'd you
They
say?
want that stereo.
I don't have my hearing aids.
Oh, I said, you didn't have to Bogart that so much, so I heard it.
Oh, no, I didn't. You weren't down here
I
at the
was
time.
frying.
You weren't down here at the time when I turned it on. You're still upstairs. Yes, folks, for those that don't know, I never start on time.
It's blooper 30.
It is blooper 30.
I don't have to go to the bathroom, so we're all good.
It is blooper PM.
Don't kick my drink over.
Take a drink over.
My ass is in the shot. I am sorry.
You know, you should really clip that to her. Sure.
Oh no.
Boy, the look I just got.
Oh, my ass might have been in the shot. I might have missed that look.
Folks, welcome to AFNB Live. And I have the distinct honor and privilege to interview the band that you see right now. They are called Culture Shock. Now, normally I do interviews, I ask questions, but what I want these guys to tell their story. And I don't care who goes first. Tell your story. Start with what got you here, what got you to the dance, what brought you all together. Who wants to go first?
Mike's
Russian
Oh,
roulette.
now a minute ago they couldn't stop. Now they're all quiet now.
Mike's girl over there.
Mike, I guess you're
Oh,
up.
mine will be way too long. You better just.
There's no time limit here. There's no time limit, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Well, I was born and I.
It was a cold drizzly.
Yeah.
On a cold winter night.
Take your time. You're all right, Mike.
So I was born by my mother because I wanted to be next to her,
Mhm.
and
We don't judge. I mean,
at 8 years old, I was asked if I wanted to learn how to play drums, and I said, yeah. You know, I was just second grade. For 10 years or 8 years, I was lessons. Got in my first band in 10th grade, 16 years old, and there have been so many since after that. It's been crazy. But while I was learning drums, I started learning guitar and keyboards, and then in 1991 was my first time that I thought, or that I gave it a shot when I switched over to guitar after that last band, Wild Rose. The first band that I played guitar and keyboards in, and that's how I was able to do this. That was,
nice.
I didn't take any guitar lessons, and I just pointers from friends and stuff. No keyboard lessons. Just one of my first keyboard players helped me as I helped him with drums because he wanted to learn some drums, and it's all been trial and error on that end of it. And I do not consider myself a pianist or any of that. It just I can make it work. I make it work for what I'm doing. I consider myself a keyboard player, if anything, not a pianist. Pianist can be a keyboard player, but a keyboard player cannot necessarily be a pianist. Okay, and started writing in 1987, and a few of these songs have been from that era that I had saved back, and a couple more yet that I wanted to do. We're going to be working on a new one, and that also was that era. And
Okay.
a friend of mine from the job I had, he was Romanian. He bought a motorcycle and said he was going to be real careful about it. He was going to buy a crotch rocket, and I said, Robbie, you're gonna kill yourself. And, no, I'm going to be fine. And I'm getting goofy with these friends, and so I wrote the song called "The Ballad of Robbie V." And
Up and coming.
yes, up and coming.
Yeah.
And 1999. I had a. She'll tell you the story too.
No, I won't.
I had
Yes, you will.
I found Kim's number. A friend of mine gave it to me. One of my old guitarists. She was a singer, and I had it in a wooden candle holder. And I just happened to find it, and a few other friends of mine. We decided we're going to put a band together. She didn't want to be just a singer. So I worked with her on bass for 6 months, and she did it. From July 1st or 2nd.
So what? You taught her bass?
I started to. Doug finished the rest of it, and then but she caught. She was
Oh
just
man!
like going right at it.
Okay.
And very impressive. I got to
Yeah.
tell you, one of my biggest accomplishments, one of my huge accomplishments. I can still remember a singer, Gene, that when we started this thing, he's like, "We don't know if this is going to work. We don't even know if she can play bass." I said, "Just." I will.
Neither did
I know.
I.
And we did cover tunes for the first 4 years, and
Was it really that long?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
It doesn't
We
seem
had
like
the first
that.
drummer, and he did not like the music we were playing. He wanted to play alternative and death metal and mushroom head type of stuff. So we got Doug, which was I'm going to let her tell that story. I'll let her tell that
Mike,
story about
Grab that mic.
What's that?
Grab that mic, that little mini mic right
Grab it.
there. Yeah, because what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do it like school. We're gonna play a little game called Pass the Mic. We're gonna do Pass the Mic.
Okay.
I'm on a low budget here, people, so just bear with me.
Right.
So we're gonna do Pass the Mic. Like I said, we're gonna get each member to tell their side. So Mike, we ain't letting you we ain't letting you
that's
go
all right.
yet. You ain't done.
No, that's all right. Anyway, after the cover tunes, and we're starting to saturate ourselves, like it's the same areas all the time.
Okay,
and
Mike, you're hogging up everybody's spotlight. I'm
Oh,
kidding. Go ahead, man.
That's all right. When our singer and guitarist quit, we decided to do originals.
Yeah.
And that's when we got John and Bev.
Yeah,
They,
we found
they-
John for sure after.
Wow.
I'll go into that in a little bit. I'll tell my story.
Right. And then just ever since it's been, hitting it hard and
Now,
pressing.
you guys have like a very unique sound. Like you don't play like I've listened to you guys' songs and it's never like one, it never stays in one genre. There's some things that'll sound alternative. You got songs that sound metal. Like
Well, John and
You know.
I are more of the metalheads from the 80s,
We're
okay?
I noticed that.
We're
Yeah.
in hair
yeah.
metal all the
Yeah,
way.
okay.
It's
And
actually all one genre. It's rock and roll.
We
Yeah.
kind of
It is true, it is, yeah.
the same genre as Queen. You can't sort of box
That's-
them in.
that's what I
They're
mean,
rock
like, you-
and roll, but
We
you
don't
can't
sound
really
like them,
make
but
them.
but the style that
Your style,
Very.
it's very much you guys have the same approaches then
but
because
the style that Kim and Doug, what they sway to, is,
yeah.
that's the stuff. If it doesn't have that 80s hairband type of,
They're 60s hippies.
And that's but it's like it's so you guys are so multicultural. Like it's like a multicultural, but it's in the same genre. It's rock and roll, but it's like multicultural rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I love that. Like,
Right.
and people that have listened to you, they love that too. Like you guys are just
It's
so
kinda,
different in your
if
own way.
you don't like this song, wait till the next one because it's completely different.
yeah, there's no, yeah, exactly. They're really all different. And
Kim, how did you say you're the Ohio weather
I
of
said it's kind
bands?
of like the weather in Ohio.
Yeah, you're the Ohio weather of bands. It's just you never know what you're gonna get.
Pretty much.
I love that though. You know.
Absolutely.
my brother David, when I was at home working on originals, and before I did that, when I was learning, working on my guitar and bass and everything, when I was playing drums, my brother come in and he says, why are you learning this stuff? I was trying to record from a cassette, trying to make my own tracks, and I'm learning like Journey and Toto and all this stuff. And my brother come in the bedroom. He says, "Why are you playing this? Write your own stuff." Yeah, why am I doing this? But that's what helped us. Why we sounded so good doing the cover tunes. But
yeah.
as far as the originals go, then see, he also listens to the death metal, speed metal stuff. So then I had to hear, you can't write anything fast, can you? So if you listen to the song
Desire.
Desire, that's how that song came about. And I said, all right, I'll write you a fast song. So that's how my brother, hi David, my brother David, he's supposed to be out there watching, and his wife Lenny, hope you're watching.
We got
And,
4 viewers right now, and they're starting to go up. So he probably is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I think maybe I have it unless someone has any questions for me. Anyone have any questions for me? All right. Who would like this next? Does it have to be like a garter?
Uh-oh.
Here, I'll throw the garter.
Oh,
to you.
boy.
All right. Oh boy, here we go. When I first started out, I wanted to be a comic book artist.
You didn't get your
Really?
speech out.
What's that?
You didn't get your
First of
speech
all,
out.
hold on. First off, John, tell him your name. Tell him your name.
Oh, my name, John Borzia.
All right.
And you do.
I'm lead vocalist for Culture Shock
Okay.
and lyricist. I write a lot of the lyrics.
For those who forgot, Mike, you were because we didn't even get Mike's intro. You are the
I am. No, I'm
Don't know who he is. Don't you know who he is?
Oh, yes, that's right. Go ahead, say it.
It's the evil taskmaster, Michael Briney.
I have been called
Mike's
that ever
drunk.
since.
man. You get
Keyboards, lead guitars, rhythm guitars. He
But
tries
yeah.
to sing, he hates it. a
I
lot.
really am not
He sorta
into.
gets it
I do backups because we gotta have
Because they
them,
make
and I am one of the co-writers also with all this. So here you go.
All right, thank you.
And then,
John Lowe's about to snatch.
When I first started out, I wanted to be a comic book artist because I can draw. So that was my first love.
Yeah.
And I still am going to do some of that. Actually, me and Mike are gonna do a comic book together.
Oh, no way.
That's something I want to do. He's got good storyline stuff, and I've got ideas, and
You
I've got.
need to make it about the Defender of the Night guy.
yes,
Well,
that was one of
that'll
the-
come, but we're doing this one first. So, well, anyways.
Dave says hi, Mike.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. So, anyways, I wanted to do comic book art at first, but then I wanted to be a musician. Because of my love of comic books, when I first seen the band Kiss, I said to myself, wow, they look like they just stepped right out of a comic book, the way they look. So I can do this.
Show him the
then,
shirt. Show him the shirt.
Oh,
There we go.
All right, you're wearing
Kiss
the
shirt.
Kiss shirt.
yep, this was actually this was a present from my daughter. She got this offline. She ordered it overseas.
Oh, nice.
It's from the Marvel Comics. So it's the combination right there. So anyways, I used to sing in my bedroom all the time, and I was so shy at first. I'm not shy anymore, am I, guys? No, not at all. But I used to.
I don't remember that era of you existing.
Well, you didn't know me as a
That's for
teenager.
sure.
That's why.
that is for sure.
But I used to sing in my bedroom to Zeppelin cassettes. Yes, I said cassettes. And my friend would come up and visit me, and he's like, man, we need to drag. And this is when I started getting a little older, like 21. He says, enough, old enough to hit the bar.
Yeah.
He says, we got to get you out there and start doing karaoke. And once I hit the karaoke and I got the response from the karaoke, wow, you're pretty good. I was like, well, I don't need to just do karaoke. I need to get into a band. So I took some vocal training, all that stuff. Kim helped me out on a lot of stuff.
There's a whole wall over here.
There's a whole, yeah. I had a vocal teacher. Kim taught me different things because I knew I had the skills, but I just needed shaped a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
So you had vocal training.
3.5 years.
Really?
I did
Okay.
that. Yeah.
You seem
I have
natural.
I have a 5-octave range. I can hit the really high notes
Yeah.
too.
Just takes tight pants.
Yeah, really.
And the kick in the butt from me.
Yeah, both those do the trick.
I was going to say kicking the balls for the high notes, but it's
So I was in many different bands, and the band not before these guys, but before that was like he was saying about his brother loving the death metal stuff. I was in almost a borderline death metal band where I had to sing like this all the time. And that takes a toll on you. And we got compared to like Slayer meets Pantera. We were heavy. Yeah. And then after that,
And we had to break him of that.
yeah. Well, I didn't want to sing like that in that band, but the drummer was like you call him the evil taskmaster. my drummer that's what he was. And he's like, no, man, we're death metal. That's what we're doing. Whatever. So anyways, how I met these guys was I used to work at my buddy's bar up in Akron. Her name's Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda Nestor. How you doing there? She had me do the door, and I'd sit there and take people's money and all that stuff. And it was a nightclub up in Akron.
Oh, right, that was at the RE.
Yeah, RE nightclub. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, all those steps.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many steps.
So I'm doing that job there, and I see many bands come in, and then my day job at the time was I used to be a salesman. I was a salesman for 25 years, sold newspaper subscriptions. One day I'm sitting in a Giant Eagle store, and here comes Mike Briney with flyers and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" "Oh, we're a band. We're gonna be doing shows here." "Oh, really? Oh, that's cool." Didn't think nothing of it, just talking shop talk. And then I'm doing the job at Rhonda's bar, and these guys start loading up equipment, and it's the guy I seen at the grocery store.
Oh, that was back when Gene was.
Yes, when
Back in the
when
days.
their original singer was in the band. And so I don't know who it was. I mean, I didn't ask to come up on stage, but Gene is the one. He goes, "You can sing?" And I go, "Yeah."
Sure he was.
And Gene goes, "Well, come on up, do a couple songs." I did a LA Guns song, a couple more. I can't remember what they were. And their singer was like, "He's pretty good." So I'm doing sales again in a different store. Here comes Mike again. And I was like, "Hey, Mike, how's your band doing?" "Not so good. We lost our singer." "How's your band doing?" Because I was in the death metal band.
Yeah.
"That band's done." "Oh, you're available?" Mike says. I said, "Yeah." They set up an audition for me.
Perfect timing.
It was like meant to be.
Perfect.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It happened quick for you. It was like the 20th motherfucker we had come down here and try out, though. It was brutal.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. So anyways,
Larry.
I auditioned, and I don't know what it is. My father always told me, if you want something, go for it. No matter how arrogant you sound or whatever, just if you want something bad enough, go for it. I did one song with these guys, AC/DC Sin City. And as soon as we were done, I just looked at Mike and the rest of them. I said, "So do I got the job or what, or am I wasting my time?"
Didn't even give us a chance.
Boom! I was so arrogant. And they're like, Mike's like, "You're hired." I was like, "Holy crap, man. It worked." It worked. Yeah. It was crazy.
That's
And
awesome.
it's been 23 years since we started this thing, and we've seen each other
Seems like
2 to 3
yesterday.
times a week.
Yeah. We
For
practice
23
hardcore, man.
years.
We practice hardcore. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you
But,
guys put your heart and soul in it
Mhm.
for sure.
But that's it. It's been that long, huh?
Yeah.
23 years.
Well, for us,
Well,
10.
No, you
Right.
guys
No,
have been
lot-
20.
Yeah.
Your first show with us was in 2005
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
at the
Wow.
Pine Fest.
Because we played out
Right.
That's right.
cover songs.
That was a fun thing
Yep.
to do.
Wow.
You guys are 20. We're 24 actually now.
When I started dating Bev, and we started dating, and she tells me she played guitar. So when Don, our guitarist, quit, it was like my chance to get her in her first band. And plus, she knows back vocals and everything, so it's
Nice.
been.
And we got some shows coming up, which shameless plug. I want to
Plug
plug
it in.
it.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
August 2nd, coming right up. We're going to be at Casey's Nashville Nights at 88 West Wilbeth Road, Akron, Ohio. Show starts around 9 o'clock. We're going to have an opening band. Who's that opening band?
Red Reality.
Red Reality.
Shout out to Rare Reality. Gabriel Christmas.
She's going to be opening up for us. She's right now going to do a solo thing where she just plays electric loop acoustic guitar and sings. She's very good. Young lady.
Yes, she is.
I guess her in her 20s. I'm going to say she's very young.
She's 21.
Yeah, she's very young. But she's got a voice on her, buddy.
Those who do not know who they're talking about, she is a one-person acoustic band, Red Reality. This girl is amazing. She is amazing.
So we got that show, and I don't want the name of the bar, Casey's Nashville Nights, to fool anybody, because when it first started out, it was all country. That's why they got the name Casey's Nashville Nights, but not anymore. It's country, rock, blues, disco, rap. They have everything in there now. It's like everything. It's not just country now. It's everything.
And David out there in North Carolina, I hope you can drive all the way up here for that show.
And if you do, he said he'll buy you a drink and a shot.
You heard that.
Maybe some gas money.
Maybe some gas money.
You heard that. You heard that. That's on recording. So this will be on my YouTube page if you need evidence when you get here.
That's right. And then our next show after that's going to be October 18th at the Vortex at 1167 Britton Road, Akron, Ohio. And that show starts around 8 o'clock. We don't have an opener yet. So any band out there listening to this, we don't have an opener yet for that show.
I know one group that's listening.
Which means Mike will buy you a beer and a shot.
All right.
If you open up,
Whoever wants to open up for
Wants to
Culture
go
Shock,
next-
Mike will buy you a drink.
I can see how that was going to go down. Everybody's going to be, where's my drink?
You have a lot of bands lining up. Like
oh, let me say
we got 20 groups opening up for us.
Okay, that's enough for me. Here's Beverly.
Pass it on. Pass it on. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Beverly Richards, and I'm the rhythm guitar player and harmony lead and backup vocals. And my first interest in music, I was almost 4, and the Beatles came on the Ed Sullivan Show. And I knew all the words to their albums at 4 years old. I just loved music, and I'd sing all the time. And then Alice Cooper and Black Sabbath came out, Led Zeppelin. That was it. I just love music. I took lessons for a short time. And then I just mainly learned off friends and on my own. And then I met Mike and
He
taught
corrupted
me
you.
the rest. Yes. I wouldn't have been able to play with them if I didn't have some experience in it, that for sure. Because their stuff's pretty hard to play.
So are you mostly self-taught?
Yeah.
Self-taught? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. I took lessons for a short time, but that guy wasn't interested in teaching me guitar, if you know what I mean. So I quit. I didn't. If that's what it's going to be. I don't want to learn.
Is what you have to look between the.
We know what you mean.
I was only 16, so I got out of there, and then I just learned from friends and just played a living room player and singer.
Okay.
I don't have much of a story. My aunt was a keyboard player, and she taught all my brothers and sisters, and my friend Jim Myers, he was a great keyboard player. He's passed away now. But when Mom said I could learn, when I got as tall as the keyboards, and she sold it as soon as I got as tall as the keyboards. So I never got to learn that. And I was supposed to be a keyboard player. But I got the guitar, and I used to sneak my brother's guitar out under his bed and see if I can play it. And I'd get caught and have to go do housework. So I just played and hung around with a lot of musicians. I hung around the Jim's
They were
band and
taking
Paul
you as a keyboard
Hively.
player,
Paul
right?
Hively and Jim were both big in Akron
Yeah.
for Jamioki, and that was Paul Hively. They taught me stuff, and I hung with them a lot. They were fun. And then I met Mike in the 90s. It was 2000, 99, I think it was. I hired in and met him. And then that was
Have you played in any other groups
history.
before
No.
Culture Shock? Oh, okay.
I did sing in a one night because the band fired their singer And didn't know none of the words, so they gave me the paper. They let me read it, because they explained to everybody that I never played with a band. But I got a lot of compliments, and people were standing all around me and telling me how good I was. So I stuck with it then.
Nice.
And then when Mike asked me to play these guys, and then it was rough at first, but for me. But I'm catching on.
You did it.
And that's about it. That's about all my story.
Yeah, if you would have played keyboards, we would have taken that too.
I was going to say, wouldn't that be wild if it was a different reality and she would have been our keyboard player?
Right.
That'd have been a trip.
I should have
Teacher,
been.
Mike, teacher.
And my aunt was really good. She knew it all. She's a very good keyboard player. She taught Jim Myers, who was real good. He was with Madison Avenue and Perfect Strangers, and then he played with Paul's bands.
That is a tough instrument to learn.
Mhm.
Like it really is, because I've been at it for a few months, but it's the finger work. It's just
My sister Vicky still.
yeah. I'm
My
trying.
sister Vicky
Oh,
plays.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
My sister Vicky plays the organ, the piano.
If you're in the key of, if the band is in the key of C and you only hit white keys, it's a right note.
That's
Don't matter.
racist.
Yeah, so
That's
I taught-
racist.
I taught my son how to
I don't know
play.
if there's another key like that, but
So the
in
key of C is
if
racist.
you only hit white keys, it's a right note no matter
Poor
what.
Beverly's being she
I know.
been saying y'all done hijacked her spot.
I know.
I taught my son to play, and me and him played together for quite a few years.
Oh, okay.
So that speed, by the time I got with Mike, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
A little rough sometimes. I didn't really like all the songs we did because I'm a different genre.
Well, that goes back to like that different genre
Yeah.
that everyone has, but like I said, you guys
I'm-
make that.
I'm the oldest in the band.
She realized that, the stuff
I'm like
she was
early
running from,
60s, all through the 60s,
Yeah.
70s. That's my.
the stuff she was running from, and then she finds out, yeah, this stuff's pretty good after all.
And I was raising kids at the time.
And it's funny too, because when you were talking about your son, going back to the thing that you said earlier was meant to be that I ran into him in the store and I was working at the bar. Was I knew her son before I knew her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
in a
with
band that used to play in the
Orifice,
Akron
yeah.
scene.
Oh, no way.
He was in a band that played in the Akron scene, and we hit it off real good. And when his band was breaking up, he said, "Hey man, you want to get a band together? You got a good voice. I'd like to do something with you." And we were going to start, but it never happened because that's when I met Culture Shock.
Oh man.
So me and her son never did anything together because
Well, actually, we
Except
did.
that you
because-
did.
oh yeah, we did because he was
Bev had
Duh.
medical issues for
We're hijacking Bev again.
Her son stepped in.
We'll give you more time. It goes along with your story though, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's pretty much it then.
Okay. Through the gutter.
It goes back to Kim.
Going in
Throw the bouquet.
circle, counterclockwise.
Oh, now we're getting close to the main event.
No,
Come on now, Ted. Tell us your name. Come on. You know the drill, girl.
My name is Kimberly Rosnick. I am the bass guitarist, sometimes lead vocalist, backup vocalist, co-songwriter, cheerleader, business manager,
Captain of the band.
den mother.
Her hat stack is this high.
And some disgruntled band members sometimes.
Yeah, well,
And for the most part, you're also the party hostess because you have all the parties that we come to.
yeah, there's that. There's
We love the smoker.
yes,
Yep.
yeah, the one in the backyard that you put meat in.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Anyhow.
have to remember to see if you're available next time we fire that thing up, brother.
Are you talking to everybody out there?
I don't know. If a couple
Too late.
of them-
You're all invited.
a couple of them out there
You're all
raise their
invited.
hands.
They got the evidence.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I've always been into music. My first real memories of anything really are sitting in my grandfather's music room at the age of, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, sitting on his lap listening to bluegrass gospel. And that's him teaching me how to stomp my foot to the music, to the beat. That's because that's what you need to know how to do. And he taught me how to whistle. And then from there, it was my Uncle Jim, who was into all the 60s and 70s rock and roll, with my mother on the other side of that, interested in all the Motown. And so they would both test me on who did what song as we were driving down the road and the radio was playing. And I would sit in the back seat and something would come on and I'd be singing along. Uncle or mom would come around and say, okay, who did that song and what's the name of it? Better come up with it. But
I'm sure with Uncle Jim there was penalties.
with Uncle Jim there were penalties, yes. But that's how ingrained music has always been in me from childhood. My whole family is musical. I got in my first band right out of high school, went on the road. I came back from my very first road trip, and I celebrated my 19th birthday on the way home. I was in 3 bands before I met Mike, and Culture Shock has been pretty much, Lord, at this point, almost half my life.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, more
Yeah.
or less.
We've spent half our lives together with these folks, and it's been a journey. It's not always been easy. It's not always been fun, but
It's always been productive.
it's always been interesting, and it's definitely been an adventure.
What you just summed up is family, which is definitely what I could like. I see how you all interact together. Like it's almost like if I didn't know that you guys were in a band, that's where everybody was just related. Like you guys were just all family, cousins, just family, one big family.
We can't do this
Well, most
without
families
the
are
others.
dysfunctional anyway. So
Yeah.
We can't do this without the others. And at
Yes.
this point, we've been doing it so long together that we're in it till we're all dead.
We're all basically married. We're here till one of us or more of us die. That's
We've had some knockdown, drag out fights. I've chased Mike up the street barefoot while he was in a vehicle, and then called him and told him to get his ass back here because we had work to do. That's just how we roll. The band.
folks, that is your first time hearing this story. This is not my first time hearing this story. I've heard this story before.
It's the first time I heard this. No,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the first time I ever heard it.
You lived it.
I sat in the backyard just waiting to see the outcome.
Now, I do have to. I have to go back because I have to explain the situation when Doug got in the band.
Oh my God.
It was 6 months
Way back.
after we basically started. We'd been playing out with our original drummer, Drew, and he called us at, what was it? 2, 3 in the afternoon,
No, hours before. A
and
show.
we had a show at night. And he said, I was on call and I have to go to work, so I can't play tonight.
No, he just got a new job and he had to go in, and there was
Uh-huh.
no.
And so Mike's on the phone with me and he says, ask your new boyfriend, which I'd been dating for all of 2 weeks, I think, at the time,
Something like that.
to fill in for tonight. Now, my new boyfriend is in his own band and doesn't know a single song that we do. So while I have on the phone yelling at me in one ear to talk him in, I've got him in my other ear yelling at me going, I don't want to do this. I'm going to make you guys look terrible. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, shit.
And I'm in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, I'd seen them play before. They were a great band, but I only knew like 3 out of the 50.
I ended
they were
up
gonna play.
in tears before the show between both of them. He did play the show. It went great. He did wonderfully.
I told him,
Thanks
make
to Mike.
I said, make sure you watch me. I'll give you the cues. I'll tell you where the ends are. Just watch what I'm doing, and just play like you
Fucking fake.
play the way you
I
think
mean.
this song should go.
And he's been in the band ever since.
And he did a great job. Fantastic. You wouldn't even know that he didn't know these songs.
I knew.
And
He said, I knew.
I felt every minute of it.
And eventually they changed from boyfriend and girlfriend to husband and wife. So
that was, what was it? 2 years. 2 years after we met.
And Bev and I were still dating.
You know that
so are me and my girlfriend.
you might want to be careful with that. That's probably a point of contention at this point.
Run away.
I said dating.
Anything say?
I've been in a long engagement, 15 years.
Say, up,
yeah.
hand it back, hand it back.
We went on a date.
Uh-uh.
Here we go. Wait a minute.
It's Doug's.
No. But go ahead, back.
Yeah, Maury Povich.
Oh,
I guess it's going back this way.
Doug.
Anyhow, so we'll pass off to Dougie now, and he can finish his
Hold on,
story.
let me make a cigarette.
Here's one right here,
Oh,
Doug.
that's perfect.
He
Oh,
forgets.
hell yeah.
There you are, my dear. Okay, don't. smoke
Let's
that.
see. Don't drop this.
Don't smoke the mic.
Oh, don't smoke. Well, it's pretty fuzzy. I wouldn't want to. But let's see. I started playing drums in 5th grade. However, the hell old you are then, 10 or something. And I took.
Oh, man, tell us your name.
I'm Doug Rosnick, and I am the drummer of this conglomeration we call Culture Shock, whatever it actually is.
Songwriter, producer, arranger,
Yeah,
recording tech.
I suppose I write some tunes. They kind of make it actually turn into
Video
a tune,
animation.
but I hack the idea out. Mike sort of finalizes the concept usually.
Vein of Mike's life with the blues songs.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is a bad thing when your drummer knows just enough about guitar to make your guitarist lose his fingers on the floor. That's
But I got to figure out his style, what he's doing on this.
But,
Like I said, this is a 60s, 70s type of stuff that I never listened to.
I was gonna say, I know that it probably had to be like one of the hardest parts is like figuring out like
It was
how
a culture shock.
yeah, like
Right.
yeah, there you
We
go.
are
That's just trying to figure out how everybody
because
sounds.
of the configuration of ideas that come together when we sort of sit. And but I started playing drums at about 5th grade, and I took 2 separate lessons a week. One strictly for percussion instruments, xylophone, snare drum, that kind of stuff, and another lesson that taught me my roots. What I was actually trained in is jazz, which I bastardized the hell out of that. What we do. If I never play jazz again, it'd be too soon. That shit is difficult. But I do some writing, and these guys kind of help put it all together when I get the ideas roughed out. I had a point I was eventually going to make, but I sort of lost it along the way. Was I drinking? Probably.
What's one of the first band you was in, man?
My first band was called Medicine, and we spelled it Medicin because it was something good that was bad for you.
Most medicine is.
And tell him why you had to quit.
Oh yeah, ultimately what happened was Nirvana hit the scene and they wanted to learn Nirvana tunes, but we had all been kind of writing in the background, and I put my foot in the sand and told them unless we do an original, I'm not learning any of that slop. And they decided to jet. So then I got in my next act, which I believe at the time we called ourselves Valor. but it eventually evolved through three. As we went through guitarists and other band members, we rotated names. We eventually ended up as The Shape, and it played for, man, probably
12 years.
Oh, see, my wife knows more than I do. Well, I've been drinking. My English is bad. Anyhow, so yeah, and basically for a while, The Shape and Culture Shock were doing double book shows, and we'd take turns opening and closing for each other, basically, and it put me on stage for about 8 hours a night. I left the stage some nights hands wrapped in gauze because they were just raw and bleeding at the time. Whew. But that's what you do. It's part of the biz.
Rock and roll demands blood.
Right. The rock gods do demand blood. Somebody pays it about every couple shows.
So you definitely put in your blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
All right. And then what happened with that one?
And then what happened with that one? Oh, well, ultimately, the motherfucker stabbed me in the back. And so then I was left with just this band, which was a good thing because we're the ones that started doing all the originals. I've been writing for the other band.
Which is why they didn't continue.
Right.
They didn't want to do originals.
Pretty much, right. So ultimately, it all worked out. And I found my wife through the band. And
Well, there you go.
And also the way he was talking about how he knew Bev's son before he knew all of us. I worked and was friends
Yeah, with my
his-
older brother.
with his brother.
Yes.
I'm just holding it for you.
Oh,
Keep
okay.
speaking.
And they only lived just down the street from me. And he was only just a little kid. And now I'm playing in a band with him. It's very bizarre.
Crazy.
But of all the bands that out of all the bands we've been in, though, individually, this is the longest band all of us can probably say we've been in.
I was gonna say what 20? How many?
No, it's
24.
Any of the other bands I've ever played in, I wasn't in with them that long.
I
was not in them that long.
I was in
So,
till
yeah.
about
Yep.
18 or so,
Yep.
19, and then went into the Shape project, basically, is what it turned into. With Michael Hagedis, some of you people out there might remember Michael Hagedis. He passed, boy, what would it have been?
Several
Maybe
years
a
ago
decade ago now.
Several years, I'm not sure.
Shout out to Mike. He's no longer with us.
He's a nice guy.
He was. He was in the. Man, what did his band turn into? He did some sort of Alice Cooper
Yeah, The
tribute. I
Nightmare.
can't remember
Yeah.
what it was
That was
called.
the last band he was in.
Alice Cooper's Nightmare.
It's funny because my girlfriend Kim would run into him at an old vintage store up in Akron that sold vinyl records. And I don't know what the place is called, but Kim would go there and get old music, and then Mike would be there shopping, getting stuff too there. So yeah.
Let's see, I guess the one thing we didn't touch on is who influenced everybody, I guess would be
Very
big
important. Yeah.
question
Who would
people would want to know.
who is the glue, like not the glue, but who is the one like that started all of you, like every one of you, like that,
I'm gonna say it had
like
to
that
be
that first
probably
that
Mike
opening
with
piece
the
that just
whole
put all the other
project
pieces together.
You sort of
Mike,
He got
Mike-
Kim and
Mike
Black
finding my phone number in the candle holder. That's Mike and I are the two original members left of this
that are
band.
left. Yeah.
Out of, well, let's see, there was
Gene.
one.
Yeah, Gene.
It's
Then
like
there was
Spinal Tap
that
went
one.
through drummers. We've gone
Then
through
there
it.
I
was-
say you guys had some change
Then
ups.
and back to this.
Not the
This is now-
actual founding, but then we had it like third guitar because I added extra pieces, and her son was one of them. He was a guitarist. We had
We've had
um,
this is now back to the original of now different incarnations of this
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, Donnie he was wanting to do his own stuff, his own music, and Adrian, he got married, like the song says, summer '69.
He took over. I had health problems, and so Adrian's.
And what's really funny is Bev, me, and Doug might not be the original members because there was original singer, the original drummer. Then you say his name was Drew,
Mm-hmm.
and original rhythm guitar player before Beverly.
Yeah.
But we've all been in this band longer than the original members.
Yeah, that was only 3 or 4 years. something
Yeah.
like that.
Like I said, they started
It's
in
weird. It's
2005.
shorter than it seemed like. It
And
was.
when the original guys were in the band, they were just doing cover songs.
Right.
And now,
All the originals are ours.
yeah, all the originals are ours.
Wow.
Yep. None belongs to them.
And back in 2010, we put out our first album and then decided to go all original and put together our show.
Yeah, we were doing a 50-50 mix.
That was
for
kind of a
while.
fight for a minute.
And what?
That was kind of a fight for a
What
minute
was that?
over whether we were going all original or not.
No, not really, because when Gene quit, I mean, I didn't even know if we were going to be able to put this back together because it was too hard to find a singer. And Don, he was
Oh,
already.
man.
Don
Yeah,
was.
the months and months of looking
Don
for a
was
singer.
already
Oh my
like
God.
he was
You don't
well
even
into his
know, John.
60s, going into
Well-
his 70s. When he was already getting his first band, he said, "Guys, I'll do this even for free. I just want to be able to be in a band." I said, "You're not going to do it for
Why
free."
you don't?
No.
Boy, he realized how hard that was moving equipment.
There might
But
be.
yeah, he wanted out. He
Wasn't he your partner though? Partner?
no, but he quit. He just couldn't take it anymore. Gene wanted to move on, like he always wants to do something else.
He's in a project now. isn't
Mike
he?
called me
Two
up
projects.
and
Yeah.
he says, "Well, I don't know. Gene and Donnie, they're quitting." And I was like, "Well,
That sucks, but okay.
you know," he was very upset about it. Thought basically we're all over.
Never
And
say
no
die.
offense, Gene and Donnie, but I said to him, "Good. That's
That's
probably
exactly
the
what
best thing that's ever happened to us."
Only because it was Gene.
They didn't want to do originals.
he
they
was
didn't
missing-
want
he
to
started
do
missing
anything more.
practices, and Gene was missing all kinds of practices, and
So that kind of worked out better for everybody. It seems
did.
like.
I mean,
It did.
It put us down for at least a year looking for a singer. But in the background, we were working on the original stuff. We were just waiting for a vocalist to put the words in place.
It seemed to definitely paid off in the long run. You know,
Yeah. Like I said, I told him it was the best thing probably that ever happened to us. And it was.
It definitely forced us to take the jump off the cliff.
oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
We had to
you're either gonna
reinvent.
continue
sometimes you
doing
got to
what
take
you
that
were
leap.
doing
You never know where you're going to land, but take the risk.
right.
And then when we met up with you, and you liked our song, you put it in your movie, and
Made us
which
a
we
killer
really-
video.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I always our song is always going to be associated with your movie.
And I'm honored. I'm so
For
honored to
anyone
have that.
Doesn't know, Eric is just the most greatest guy.
Yes.
And he also was the director of the video of After Dark video too.
Yes.
which
Yes,
was
that's what I
coincides
was
And
with your
and
movie.
many movies. You can find him on the imdb.com website too.
Yes, you can.
He's got very good ratings on his movies.
Yes, he does.
We did extras. We were just extras at a bar for another director, Don.
Man, that
And,
one turned into anything.
Eric, the one behind the camera right now, he was an actor in the movie, and man, I'll tell you what, you were so good.
You're not only a good director, you're a very good actor, Eric.
Great actor.
You
I'm
really
telling you.
are. It's like you're natural, man.
Yeah, you could definitely be in mainstream movies.
Yes,
I'm
you
telling
could. Now, how we met Eric was
There you go.
I used to
Really give it the
do sales up in Youngstown, and I would do a big
We have a mutual friend, Dan. Dan Mar, yes.
Yeah, and what I would do when I would do sales, when I would go to different stores and set up a product, I'm not going to say whatever it is, but I'd sell the product, and we'd also do big venues. And there was one venue up in Youngstown, Ohio, where they would have concerts, and it was all tribute bands. And then I ran into this guy named Dan, and I told him I'm a musician. And then he said, well, I know a guy named Eric who does films, man. He might be able to put your song in a movie. And I'm like, no. And I said, what kind of movies does he do? He says he does horror, mostly horror films. I said, oh, that's my favorite. And so I got his number, talked to Eric, told the band about it. And they were like, we got to do something with this. This is awesome. So we got with Eric. He shot the video. Our song After Dark is in the movie A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. And I even have a bit piece, but you don't know it's me because I'm in a hood and a mask and you can't see me. So,
on IMDb.
Yes, Eric's the dude and always will be. And that's all I got to say.
He's also at the end of
Yes.
Dark video. Yes.
Him and Jason Fuller.
Yes. Yes. So,
Now, I was originally trying to put the spotlight on them, but somehow that spotlight got put on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'll take it. Y'all go ahead.
Get online and check out A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, everybody. So, who's
Now we have, oh yes, because we have one more. Yeah, and I'm gonna give him the chair, and he's gonna sit his ass right here in the middle because this is another important addition. Yep, hand him. Yep, this is a. Go on, sit right there. Get on in there. This is another important addition to this band. You two, both of you. Yep, come on. Oh, like I ain't gonna put the camera on you till you get back. Come on now.
I'm trying not to block it.
Since we passed the spotlight, we got to because this.
We're just trying not to block
She
anybody
can
here.
sit here and then I can just stand over there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
There, you sit there.
because folks, these are two. I feel are two core aspects to this group. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Guys, take the stage.
All right, my name is Lincoln D. Clare Sr. You might know me as Link here with Night Stalker Records, where it's time for a change. And born and raised in a little town called Barberton, Ohio. And I mean, you can literally drive through this town in 10 minutes. That's how small it is. Who are you?
I'm Beulah Claire. I'm Lincoln's wife. And I've grown up in Barberton, a little small town.
She is not this shy, folks.
She's,
We're just
no,
gonna-
normally she doesn't do well in front of cameras, okay? That's okay. But you know, as you know, those of you that know, I own Night Stalker Records, Night Stalker Promotions is a part of us. I own Metal Stream Radio in the UK. Hey, Matt. Hey, Carolyn. We have a Roku radio, TV station that we haven't started yet. We're still working on that. That's been in the works for quite a while. So, but we have a lot of things going on behind the scenes. One of the things with the music industry is, and that's what leads me to what I just did recently, is behind the scenes. I've been in the music industry behind the scenes for a very long time. And
I'm the spokeswoman for Night Stalker Records.
and see, now you done made me lose track of where I was. But anyway, behind the scenes, there a lot of the genres within music, and this is going to help also put in light exactly what we do with the label to help artists. And I'm going to use the word artists instead of bands and solo artists. I'm just going to use artists in general because I mean, when you get a group of individuals like Culture Shock together, they're all artists in their own right.
Absolutely.
But when you bring them together, you know, that's when, I mean, goosebumps just thinking about it. That's where the magic happens, you know. And like I heard earlier, you know, when you listen to Culture Shock, you know, you're not getting just one song. You're not getting one sound. I mean, each song has a story. Each song has its own unique sound. And and it's amazing, you know, to be able to work with them and help promote them and, you know, do other things to get them out there. It's just amazing. Well, a few years ago, some interested individuals. See, I have 3 individuals behind the scenes that you'll never hear their names because I have non-disclosures with them. You're never going to find out who they are, but they've been kind of help with what I've been doing. They've been helping with kind of pushing things behind the scenes just a little bit, because when I talked to them the first time, I told them, you know, we want to do this ourselves. You have the mainstream industry, which is a total joke, and it has been since about mid to late 80s. It started, that's when things started changing and they started getting bad. And then you have, you know, your hip hop scene, which is collapsing. You have your country scene. It's headed that way.
Do you feel that like kind of modern music as a whole is kind of like drifting? Like
it really is.
Like a lot of modern
really
mainstream
yeah,
music
because
is
I'm
kind of
noticing,
drifting away.
Yes, I'm noticing a lot more
Mm-hmm.
independent artists starting to come forward.
Yeah.
You know, and say, this man's right. Why should we hide what we do? We're better than what the mainstream put. You know, I'm going to take Katy Perry, you know, for instance. That's all bought and paid for.
Yep.
Her father is involved with the government somehow. So, you know, there's no real talent there. I know for a fact they use a lot of different auto-tunes and things, you know, and when you go to some of these shows, you're going to be disappointed. You're paying $1,200 for a ticket for somebody to lip sync.
And they don't sound
what they're doing.
Either that or they don't sound nothing like they do on the albums.
They absolutely do not.
Because auto-tune, that's like a trending thing.
It's all collapsing, everything,
Yep.
you know. And contemporary Christian music, which we call CCM, and gospel, jazz, and some of these others all go in line with each other. There's always been a veil between the two. And, you know, and if you really pay attention to them, if you're really into it the way I am, and as heavy as I am, there's always been a veil between that industry, mainstream industry. And the reason is because, you know, you have dark entities behind the scenes that were trying to put their hands within the CCM industry and some of these other ones, and they weren't allowing it.
Yep.
So what do? They suppress or oppress behind the scenes, which keeps them from going any further than they are, which is not right. That has never been on, you know, everybody's artist. We all express ourselves when it comes to writing music differently. We're giving you a part of us when we write these songs. And, you know, it's crazy that like I said, they've been suppressing all these years. But the one thing a lot of artists, and I'm going to catch flack for this, and that's okay because it doesn't matter because I don't do what I do for the haters. The one thing that about the CCM industry is if you do your research, you'll find that 85% of them are all independent. W. Smith, Amy Grant, Leon Patillo, I mean, CeCe Winans. We could just go on with the list. They actually did it themselves with their family and help. Oh, they did it with their family and help. You know, they didn't have big labels or anything. But the reason they were suppressed is because they were better as far as instrumentally, vocally, you know. In the mainstream industry, you use a lot of auto-tune and different things like this. In the CCM industry, it isn't like that. those people can actually sing.
So here's my question. I know how they all came together. What brought you to them? Like, how did
Okay.
that union happen?
You know-
Because you are definitely a big part of this group.
Oh yeah,
You
we
know,
consider
so
ourselves
it's like,
family. I mean, and
absolutely.
behind the scenes, it's
And
a
if I
family
had
thing.
to
I mean, it
make
really
if
is.
I had to make a ranking of like a Mount Rushmore of like biggest fans of Culture Shock, you two would definitely be on the list. So like you are
Oh.
like diehard like number
Right.
one supporters.
right, sure.
You know, that just so
Well,
how did that
He
Okay.
helps us out with a lot of things that we need.
absolutely like
Well,
just-
back in, I want to say it was 90, 91. I was already in a band. We had just put a garage thing together, just four of us having fun. We weren't really doing anything. We were just having fun doing what we were doing. I mean, it was just for a way for basically outcast that, you know, we didn't really fit in with anybody, but we got together and it was like a brotherhood. You know, we just clicked.
yeah.
We just went out, ride around, look, you know, teenagers, hey babe, how you doing? You know, things like that, just normal teenage stuff. But we all decided we were going to start a band just for the fun of it. So we got to goofing around one night, and I come up with this beat, this real cool beat, and I remember Mark, he over there on the bass, he kind of followed through, and then Dave, he started with the guitar, and, you know, and I mean, the next thing you knew, we were writing the instrumental for the actually got us noticed, which we weren't trying none of that. We weren't really out for none of that. We were just wanting to have fun, maybe do some shows. You know, I mean, we were getting free drinks and different things like this. This is back in the day when, you know, we were able to drink when we were 18. And we wrote the song Crazy Bitch Twitch, which actually caught on. And that song was actually about some girl I knew that I was dating. And a friend of mine showed me that she was on drugs and who she was dating, you know what I mean? And it just come to mind that, you know, the lyrics just started coming out, and the next thing you know, Dave's added to it, and it's like, oh, we got a song, okay, we got something to start with. But like I said, we were just doing it for the fun of it. Well, we ended up getting seen by a scout by one of the major labels,
Yeah.
and they called us in, and we talked to them, we signed papers and things like this. We went to the studio and, you know, actually did a whole album. And but on the way home, Mark and Dave were killed in a car accident
Oh wow.
on the way home from the studio. And, you know, so instead of the label giving us a chance to, you know, to find other players or, you know, try to put ourselves back together, they just basically kicked us to the curb. You know, and that was the end of that. And I thought, well, that's unright. That ain't even cool that they did that, you know. And I know, and then I started paying attention and I stayed in the industry as far as a promoter. And I'm getting goosebumps even talking about it because, you know, it still stings that anybody that they were done with, I noticed it was a conveyor belt with these people. I don't care what major label it is. They were a conveyor belt. And when they were done with you, they kick you to the curb. Done with you, kick you to the curb. And they did that, and they still do it, you know. And it's like, this has got to stop. You know, why are all these good local bands behind the scenes not being seen? Why aren't they being heard? Why aren't they given a chance? Because I mean, a lot of these bands are better than what you're hearing today.
And that's usually
You know,
always how it's been. Like, you always ask the question, what do the mainstream guys have that the underground groups don't have? Usually the underground groups they put more heart in, they put more work in, and like
Absolutely.
what are they doing to not make it, you know?
Well,
or what are they not doing?
Right.
you
Well,
know?
see, that all falls right back to being suppressed with that veil.
Yep.
Okay, there you have a veil here, and then you have one here, but you're over there looking, so you're behind the stage here. But go out in front, all you're going to see is mainstream garbage. You know,
Mhm.
that's what I look at a lot of it is,
Yeah.
because there's no heart, there's no soul. I mean, literally, there's definitely nothing that would give you goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Culture Shock, for instance. Their song Unspoken Heroes. to this day, even when I hear them do it live on stage, I still get goosebumps. You know, I hear Poet or Prophet. I get goosebumps even thinking about the songs. You know, because the meanings, Poet or Prophet, you know, whether I hear it live or if I hear it on stage, it still gives me goosebumps. You know, all their music gets you to thinking because they're stories, things that we've been through, that we can relate to their music, that we've been through ourselves, or, you know, other people may have been, well, we know other people have been through these things too. And their song, you know, their music really hits home. But behind the music scene, one of the things I thought, well, here's what I'm going to do to change it. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to fall, they'll forget about us within a year, and they all will. Or we're going to slowly, you know, get the word out, the message of what we're doing. And I had another band who I was working with before Culture Shock that dropped out of the picture, you know, fairly quickly. But this is how, you know, when I started the label, that was referred to Culture Shock, you know. And the one thing I kept hearing about Culture Shock, and I've heard this from about 4 different entities.
We're hard to work with.
You are hard to work with.
Ain't that the truth?
That's exactly what I kept hearing. You know, it wasn't nothing bad about their music, or they're hard to work with. And I thought, well, with what I know, the road I'm taking, I don't think they're going to be hard to work with, to be honest with you, because I already talked to them. I know what their goals were. I knew their path. So basically, what ended up happening is we were looking for the same goal. We were going down for that same goal. The difference is we were beside each other. You know, we were beside each other, but we didn't know about each other. And
We were beside ourselves.
yeah, it was actually, you know, very interesting and unique how it all came together, because now we're not separated that as far as what we do together.
Yeah.
We're one. And we have been able to do so much more working together, you know, and so it wasn't hard for them. It isn't hard to work with them, and not at all. The thing is, when you have other individuals, they see money.
Yep.
They don't see the reality of their music touching people.
Well, that's the question too. Like anybody can say, you can easily take somebody's word for something. You could have been like, okay, well, I heard you're hard to work with, so I don't want to work with you. You could have easily went with that. But it's one thing to hear about it, but ask yourself why. Why are they hard to work with? Why? You wanted to know that for yourself. Like you wanted to know, and then you found out, you know what, they're not as hard. It's just it's all about what you're looking for from somebody.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Or what can I do to help
exactly.
you? I don't, you know, I'm not looking for.
You didn't look at them as like, okay, what can these guys do for me? What can I get out of them?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's probably what made you stand out from all the other managers. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. You know, and even to this day, it isn't about what they could do for the label or other bands. What can they do to help me help them?
Mm-hmm.
We went through 5 managers, all a bunch of shysters. All they wanted was money. This one didn't want money. He wanted to help.
Remember, the one guy wanted us to go all the way to California, but had no way how to get us back home.
You see, so, you know, and this is what I'm talking about, that, you know, a lot of guys in my position, that's what they look for, is they look for the money.
Mm-hmm.
See, I personally don't look at it that way. You know, how do you put a price on all the people that we've met? How do you put a price on their friendships, their loyalties, their support? Eric, for instance.
Another thing
You're
about
a beautiful person, you know, and when you're friends with somebody like that, how do you put a price on it? You don't.
And that's really the thing. It's just, I feel like a lot of, and this goes hand in hand with the film industry too. and I always tell people this: if you're getting into any type of entertainment trying to make money, you might as well quit.
Right.
Just quit. If you're trying to get money right away,
Right.
you might as well just quit and just go stick to your 9 to 5. That's
Right.
the bottom line. You better be in this because you love it.
Exactly. And that's the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
you can make money at it. You can make money at it.
You can, but you're not going to get rich
But you're
overnight.
not going to get rich.
No, you're definitely
You're not going to get rich. You're famous? Oh yeah, you'll get your name out there and people will know who you are. But, and the reality of it is you're not going to get rich. And
I'd like to be able to pay the bills with
If
it.
you're lucky,
Right.
you might be able to pay the bills, but yeah.
and one of the reasons we that Night Stalker Records works with artists and bands to keep them independent is so they don't go they don't have to go at bed at the end of the night and saying, we owe somebody. No, being independent, you owe nobody at the end of the day, but you have people around you that are willing to help you get where you want to go.
I mean, shoot, when we first met you, my shoulder, I woke up in the morning one day and my right arm was no longer an arm. It was just sort of a useless appendage that caused a lot of agony.
I remember that.
Yeah. When you first entered the picture, I couldn't even bloody pick up a stick.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
we
I
were
remember
using
that.
the recordings of the drum tracks from the studio to where I would sing backups while my drum tracks played for the freaking practice session.
Yep, I remember
and
that.
eventually I'd be able to pick up a stick again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough time.
Oh yeah.
It was.
But I remember he had that shoulder issue, and I mean they never played for a while till he got better.
Like 6 months after before we could even have an actual practice.
Long
that
time.
didn't involve the computer playing studio tracks for the drum.
Drums, yeah. So I thought, they're kicking all these people to the curb, and for whatever reason, when they were finished with them, and I thought, this has got to change. But the only way this is going to change is if somebody stands up and speaks for all these artists, somebody that knows the game, that knows how it's played,
Yes.
that could tell these artists,
Yes.
look, here's how you do it. You don't have to wait to be seen. You can do it yourself. You know what I mean? And so as time went on, excuse me, but as time went on, I had this vengeance thing that I wanted to kill the mainstream industry, or I wanted to take a part of it away from them because it belongs to us. The best way, your artists are the best way. Now I done lost. Well, this happens sometimes when I'm thinking the artists know how to operate a show better than most of these goons that are doing it now.
Yeah.
They know how to put on a show. They know how to book shows, and I've seen this quite a few times. But again, we're falling back to where everybody is being suppressed. They're being hidden because they only want you to see what they want you to see. Well, somebody needed to step up and say, hey, enough is enough. You guys are all way better than that. You need to be seen. You need to be heard. And so her and I got to talking, and we started Night Stalker Records. She actually came up with the name for the label, and met Culture Shock, and with the two of us working together, but separately, I mean, the doors that Culture Shock has opened for other independent artists are completely amazing. Not to mention what they're doing for themselves.
Yes.
I mean, as they're doing it for themselves, they're opening them doors for others.
Mm-hmm.
And they're literally knocking the doors off the hinges for a lot of these things. I have met other directors, independent directors, and asking them, hey, what could we do
Yeah.
to help you guys, because at some point the independent movie industry is going to be a huge part to help musicians and
Mhm.
vice versa. And it all has to be brought together.
Yeah.
So I want to say about 2 years ago, give or take, I talked to the band early on. I talked to Culture Shock early on. And I said, there's a possibility later on, this is when we were first talking, some of the things that could happen. And I said, one of the things that could happen is you could be called up. And being called up is being called, I want to say it's convention. I'm just going to use the word convention
Mhm.
as a low key for what it's really called. And now you can be invited to one that's mainstream. You could be invited one to that's mixed. You could be invited one to, invited to one that's CCM, or you could be invited one to that is, hip hop. I mean, there's different pockets for these and what they do. Well, Culture Shock.
We're going to be invited to one that's hip hop.
You never know.
You never know. Hey, hip hop brothers and sisters, y'all like these guys, so I am not going to complain.
Kim has her own thoughts on hip hop.
We have different people, the different musical.
I just don't think it'd be smart for us to go try and play a hip hop club.
No, that
And
would be a little. That would
I
be
don't know.
different.
I don't know.
That would be different.
It would be different. You know what?
do I actually think that they would like our music? Yes, I do.
Yeah, because that one
I
club
really
in
do.
downtown Canton
Right.
did.
Listen, we live in an era where Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart are like the best of friends. 20
Yeah.
years ago, this would never have happened.
Yeah, right, right,
We have a lot of unlikely alliances nowadays. So it's like, all right.
right. So,
I'm still an Earth, Wind, and Fire fan myself. That's who I.
Yes,
Yes,
that is my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah,
Yes,
like Earth,
yes.
Wind, Fire, yep.
Favorite band of all time. I
Yes.
love, yes,
Love 'em,
absolutely.
So we were. They were invited, and we were going to send Kim and Doug. We're going to be the representatives that band all decided,
Yeah.
that it'd be best to send them to. So they did. And I want to say probably a week and a half before they were going, I found out I was going. And I didn't know I was going, because this is something the band really needed to do, it'd be a good chance for them to see exactly what goes on in other industries.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you've been doing it right the whole time. It's just,
Yes.
it's just the suppression that's been out there. And, but anyway, I was asked behind the scenes to come with them because there was a job that needed done. And is what I'd noticed is what they were doing is they were bringing, and it did kind of line a little bit towards CCM a bit, but
Mhm.
that's where they started.
Yeah.
That's how they started what they're doing is through the CCM. And is what they were doing is I'm there and I'm looking and studying and I'm watching everything that's being said. I'm watching things that are going on. They were doing the same thing there that we've been doing up here in Akron
Yeah.
all these years. They've been bringing artists together, whether you're CCM, hip hop, because when we were there, you had CCM, hip hop, rock. There was a grunge band there that was actually pretty good. And, so you have all these genres coming together in one
Mhm.
place. And I was asked when I got home, I got a phone call a few days later, if I would help fix that. And I said, you don't need, after having a meeting, I told him, I said, you don't need my help. You need to go public. Apparently, within what they're doing there in Tennessee, nobody wants to stand up for the artist. They're afraid of their reputation being harmed or whatever. Okay, first of all, you're helping artists, you're helping others. You're helping others, and you're worried about your reputation. You know, one thing about me is I don't care who you are. If you're going against the independent industry and you're going after these artists, you're going to cause me to stand up because I don't play. They deserve a shot just like any other artist.
Exactly.
You've got Led Zeppelin, Motley Crue, Poison, Taylor Swift, and all these other artists out there.
Mm-hmm.
But why shouldn't these guys have the same opportunity?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's always been a money game. Now, don't get me wrong, some of those bands I mentioned are actually really good. But the problem with me that I have with it is the industry on the independent side has always been shielded, because anybody knows that you could put some of these locals up against some of those bands and it'd be a tight competition. But anyway, in Tennessee, when I got the phone call, when I got back, I was asked if I could help alleviate that issue that they're having with bringing more and more people together. It isn't that they weren't coming together as artists. It's just they couldn't get enough people to help. Excuse me. And, I told them, I said, I have to do some research. I'm not just going to give you an answer because I got to do some research on my own to find out if this would actually work. And so I started talking about, even when we go to shows, we do our own shows. I talk to artists and different individuals, and and asking them what their thoughts were if we brought the whole industry together just under one roof, so everybody could have a fair shot. I got a 90% from everybody that would be awesome, because then there would be more artists that could actually collaborate, no matter what genre. But if they wanted to collaborate, they could. They don't have to. I mean, you don't have to like my music, and I don't have to like your music.
Mm-hmm.
We can respect each other as artists, though.
Absolutely.
As artists, we could respect each other.
Yeah.
We all are human. We all have a life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know hip hop artists right now that hang out with rock artists. I know CCM artists that hang out with rock artists. I know, and they all hang out. They all talk. They may not like each other's music, but they respect each other as artists, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about and there's really no place for that to happen. So after I got a call, like I said, I got that phone call, and I told them all you need to do was go public.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, no, we need somebody to stand up. We need somebody that'll help us. And I said, well, let me do some research. And like I said, I'd done some research behind the scenes and found out that, just about everybody I talked to were actually game for it. They were ready. They're ready for something new, ready for something different. So, and what's going to bring me now to what I'm about to say is going to shock a lot of our fans, friends, and family. Okay? It's going to blow you guys away, but I want you to understand before I tell you what I did. I'm going to tell you why I did what I did. Is because we have artists that are in bands and different parts of, we have promoters, artists, and we've had them ask me if I knew any ministers that would marry them, and that right there prompted a question, was, why are you having trouble finding anybody to marry you? And I said, why are you having trouble finding someone to marry you? Well, the thing is, and I'm sure you've seen it in our shows when you've been there, Eric. People dress differently. They have tattoos. They have piercings. I call it face jewelry, just to make it simpler without offending anybody. And when ministers see that, they judge these people. Like, I can't marry you because you're wearing too much, whatever. They're judged. They're being judged. And I've had artists and other individuals in our lives that have contemplated suicide and different things. In fact, I had an older brother, my older brother Ray, I want to say it was 2008, committed suicide. You know, what could we have said different to him? You know, what could I have done? What could I have said? Something different. And to hear that individuals are being judged like that, just it isn't that isn't right either. So to all our fans, friends, and family, if you're looking to get married, or whatever the case may be, you can contact us, because on January 10th I graduated ministry school and I am an ordained minister here in Ohio. So is what we've done is now, when any of our KSR family, friends, and all y'all, you ask if we know somebody that can marry you because you're tired of being judged. Well, guess what? You're not going to get judged here. Okay. I believe if you're in love with each other, I don't care what you look like. If you're in love with each other, you should have the same opportunity to get married as everybody else. So we've brought that here, which is also going to help make things a little easier to kind of introduce all these other industries to everybody. We're not going to just use the shock and awe treatment. We're going to do it easily to get everybody together.
We're going to do the culture shock treatment.
We're going to do the culture shock treatment. Yes, we are. That's right. And the thing is, if it wasn't for culture shock, I would have never been put in or given the opportunity to be able to help as many people as we can. If it wasn't for them, honestly, I mean,
We're hard to work with.
yeah, they're hard to work with. And somebody even brought it up to me, and I totally slipped my mind because I've been so busy with other things, that our first album that Night Stalker Records put out was in 2016, and that's Hank Dunn, Papa's in the House. And it's there, it's out there, and we have other albums out there that are just totally awesome, but we definitely have to shout out to Hank Dunn, because this man
How's he doing?
is very special to me. Him and the whole New York family is very special, because that's where our office is up there, but they're all very special to us. Carolyn Jepson, Matt, you guys taking care of the station, and while I'm not around, but on the station, that I want to make mention that Metal Stream Radio, it won't start till the end of December, but I will be going on Sundays. I'll be live on the station Sundays, and I'm not, this isn't about me preaching, and that's not what this is about. I'm not going to be on the station, giving you some big holy story, because you don't need it. But is what I will be doing is I'll be mixing metal, goth, CCM, jazz. I'm just going to be, it'll be a mixed day of hearing one of your favorites, but they're all going to be original new stuff. So that's coming to play. And, it's just amazing that we brought everything full circle, and now they call, we're actually called the new independent music industry. And I was asked basically to lead the way. So here we are.
And the blind will follow blind.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
That is the story of why we're the.
So once again, any of y'all that's ever asked me about if I knew somebody could marry you, well, here I am. I can handle that for you. So, it's. I just get tired. I'm just so tired of seeing all the hidden. I don't like the word underground. I use the word independent. And but we're here. We have some exciting things coming up with Eric.
Yeah.
We'll be doing some stuff with Eric.
Everybody in the shot.
I also
No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
also heard a rumor that Eric is working on a new project. But the rumor is Culture Shock's song, Poet or Prophet, might just be in that new project he's working on.
Possibility.
We'll have
It's
to
a possibility.
see.
Yes, it is.
So,
Possibility.
you know, I just wanted to let you guys know that, hey, we're on the roll, we're doing this. You want to shout out to your work?
Yes, I like to have a shout out to Al's Corner Meats. They're in Burton, Ohio. Really good owners. They are private owners. If you like fresh meat, please stop by, and I'll see you all there.
Best fresh meat in town. A1 Quality Market on 2nd Street, Barberton, Ohio. And with that, whatever you do in life, no matter what it is, remember to always reach for the
from
top.
I thought that the freshest meat was the dead animals I found on the highway. No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
We'll cut that part out.
That's my snack. No, that's my snack, man. Don't be messing around.
No, I got everybody at my work to watch this.
Yeah. We're gonna turn this around because I'm gonna see if I can get everybody in the shot. And
be in this too, man.
all right, yep. This is the ugly guy behind the camera. I hope you all. Man, my head is in everybody's way. There we go. I think that's everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Culture Shock. So honored to have you guys on AFNB Live.
Glad to have you
Thank you
here
and the
again.
viewers
Yes.
and everyone.
Hell yeah, man. Folks, this has been another episode of AFNB Live. Please listen to your music. Support independent businesses. Just support the industry. Support. Yep. Watch
If you
my
go on,
movies.
if you go on YouTube, oh, I'm sorry.
Go on.
If you go on YouTube, you can see any of our videos by typing in Culture Shock Canton, Ohio. We'll get every single one of the videos, and make sure you
Not
watch
videos, a couple videos. Those second videos, songs.
all of our songs.
You'll hear
And
their
the,
music.
and the number one to watch
They're on
is
Revert Nation.
After Dark, the one that Eric shot. That's our best video out of all of them.
And there will have plenty more videos to come. I can guarantee you that, folks.
Eric makes them.
And Eric makes them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess only if I'm making them. So we're gonna have a few more videos to come. Folks, this has been another episode of AFNB Live. Let's talk. This has been the AFNB podcast. I've been your host. Folks, always remember,
To reach for the top.
in whatever you do in this life, always forward, never back. Just in case you didn't know what AFNB stood for, that's what it is. Folks, I'm Eric Presley. This has been Culture Shock. We are about to party. We're out.
About to. We started long ago.
Well, not y'all did.
We have to